Time for tonight's rewrite. In a memo released by the Obama campaign today, David Axelrod points out that the more President Obama talks about the American Jobs Act, the more voters like it. Axelrod points out that in early September, a CNN poll showed that 43% supported the American Jobs Act and 35% were opposed to the bill. Axelrod wrote, after 3 weeks of advocacy by the president, support has grown by nearly 10%, so that 52% support the plan with 36% opposed. Axelrod points out that the president was particularly persuasive with independents that the president has to win in his reelection campaign. In an early September ABC News Washington Post poll, independents trusted the Republicans more than the president on jobs, 42 to 37. But by early October, the president had turned those numbers around. Independents now trust the president more than Republicans on jobs by a wide margin, 44 to 31. So after 3 weeks of campaigning for his jobs bill, the president has earned the support of a majority of voters and won the trust of independents on the jobs issue. That's after just 3 weeks of campaigning. Why? Because Barack Obama, after 3 hard years in the White House, is still the best campaigner in American politics today. A Pew poll last week shows President Obama beating Rick Perry if the election were held today, and tied with Mitt Romney if the election were held today. The president is tied with the Republican frontrunner. That's after Mitt Romney has been campaigning all year, has been winning every Republican presidential debate, while the president's job approval is at an all-time low. Mitt Romney has been attacking the president every day, and all he has to show for it is a tie in the polls. And the president hasn't even started campaigning against Romney or whoever the Republican presidential nominee is going to be. Imagine what's going to happen when the president does start campaigning. In 3 weeks of campaigning for his jobs bill, the president just pushed support up by 10%. Up by 10% in 3 weeks of campaigning. David Axelrod's 4-page memo is simply his way of telling the Republican presidential candidates, you ain't seen nothing yet.